Hi everyone, it's Rudy at Club and Painting Studio. I'm going to be painting a militiaman, as you might have found in Massachusetts 250 years ago at the battles of Lexington and Concord, which is widely considered sort of the start of the American Revolutionary War or American War of Independence. I made this with the Perry Miniatures 28mm plastic Continental Infantry set. I've built them with the more sort of relaxed marching pose, arms with a musket, and that suits better I think as a militiaman than perhaps with the bayonet. He's been primed with leather brown from the army painter, which provides a nice neutral sort of base for the sort of drabber tones that this militiaman is going to have painted on. With some angel green, and first thing I'm going to paint is his waistcoat. Using paints from the Army Painter Fanatic range today. This is Dusty Skull to pick out his, I guess they'd be stockings at this point on his leg. I'm using some worn stone to pick out this bag. I'm just going to pick out some of the cross straps. The uppermost one from his right shoulder down, I will try and leave in the leather brown. So I might need to come back with a smaller brush than this M0 to do that. I'm doing his skin with a base coat of agate skin. Done his face, picking out his hands now. 2 coats might be needed. Matte black is the next colour. Got boots and gaiters to pick out. I'll do the cartridge box and his cocked hat as well. Now picking out the wood of both the musket and the canteen with some tree ancient. This down here we've got a little, well, probably sculpted to be a bayonet sheath, but could always say it's a hatchet under there, which is a bit more fitting perhaps for a militiaman. I fancy a little splash of colour, so I've got some pure red. I'll pick out this neckerchief. Picking out the metal parts of the musket with some plate mail metal. Got my base colours down, so I'm going to give the model an all-over wash of strong tone in a 1:1 dilution with some quick shade wash mixing medium. Now that the wash is dried, it's brought out a lot of the detail and the folds in the cloth. Also added some definition where the straps meet the body. Shaded the metal work around the lock quite nicely. And we could finish the basing, plonk him on the table, he's good to go. I think though we'll do a little bit of highlighting to bring some of the base colours back on the raised surfaces, avoiding the nicely marked out recesses. This is leather brown, which was the spray primer colour. I'll just apply this over the areas of the model that would be catching the most light. Pick out some of the hair. I'll do this with most of the base colours and see what that looks like in a minute. So done most of the base colours again as highlights to bring it back up. I'm now using some Fanatic deep grey to highlight the black. The other colour I didn't highlight with the base colour was the metalwork on the musket. I'm going straight to shining silver for this highlight. Once again, if you were painting your own model, you could stop here. I'm going to push the highlights even more. So for the leather brown, it's getting a paratrooper tan highlight, not all over, but just really where we might have the most of the light catching. Imagine that the buttons are cloth coloured. Just doing them with the brown. I'm going to use Brain Matter Beige to add edge highlights on the straps and bag. Highlights for the green are done with Guardian Green. Should be able to see that I dotted in the eyes earlier and did some Brain Matter Beige there. My skin highlight is going to be Barbarian Flesh. A second skin highlight for knuckles, tip of the nose, just little dots, is with Ruby Skin. I'm going to finish the face with a couple of glazes. So I've taken some of the deep grey and Guardian Green, mixed them together, thinned them with water, and this is going to be a bit of stubble. So second glaze, it's a little bit of pure red mixed into ruddy umber to the nose and cheekbones. You can also use that to do his lower lip as well. So with the details on the face finished off, get this guy based along with some of his fellows and let you have a look at that. Here's a picture of some finished militia. As well as leather brown, you could also use fur brown and wolf grey, which you'll see on the right of the picture as you look at it, and skeleton bone, as you'll see to the immediate left of our man in the centre with the red neckerchief. So using these colour primers really helps speed up the painting process. Now overall, these plastics are not perfect for representing militia. Certainly the cut of the coats is a bit more military than civilian, but I think from afar they're absolutely fine for the job at hand. So 250 years then since the shot heard around the world that heralded the start of the American War of Independence. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video, harkening back to a time when patriots stood up against tyrants. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.